In spite of the approval and directive by the Kwara State government that willing Muslim female students be allowed to wear hijab in public and grant-aided schools, some Christian leaders say they will not tolerate the use of hijab in Christian-named schools in the state. This is just as the Muslim community in the state is asking its Christian counterpart to be tolerant and follow the rule of law in their actions. Ibrahim Alige has details.
Grant-aided schools are schools originally established by both the Islamic and Christian missionaries, but taken over by the Nigerian government in 1974. The decision of the Kwara State government to allow for the wearing of hijab by willing Muslim female students came after a series of meetings with both the Muslim and Christian leaders in the state and in line with the state education policy and court judgments. Reacting to government's decision, the leadership of both the Baptist and Equa churches say they will not obey the directive of the government.
We want to warn the government that the step she wants to take by approving the use of hijab for all public schools and grant-aided schools in the state will lead to avalanche of reactions at the end of which no one can predict.
We want the government to be informed that our decision and plan to provide hijab and enforce its use in our Christian mission grant-aided schools will not be tolerated. For to us, it is an infringement on our freedom of religion as enshrined in the Constitution of Nigeria.
Inasmuch as not every Christian is using the Catholic veil, it doesn't mean that those who are using it, they should be prevented from using it. So if it is allowed to some people in Christendom, what is our own offense?
It has a lot to do with our faith. That's why we said we will defend our faith and we will defend our property.
But the Muslim community is preaching religious tolerance. Professor Abubakar Aliagan says the use of the hijab by willing Muslim female students is part of their fundamental human rights.
The name of the school is a Bashir Church of England Primary School. Realizing that this girl, the girl I'm talking about, is a Muslim, she was given hijab as part of the school dress. Because this thing has to do with understanding of our religious faith.
10 grants-aided schools are in the eye of the storm, and for the past 2 weeks, they have been under lock and key to avoid religious crisis.
All the 10 schools closed down by the Kwara State government over the hijab issue are expected to be reopened on Monday. Also, Muslim female students are equally expected to put on their hijab to these schools, but the Nigerian Baptist Conference in Kwara State says it will not allow this to happen. Whether these female students will be allowed or denied access into these schools, Monday is not far off. Ibrahim Alige, TVC News, Ilorin.